Good day everyone. Good day ma'am. I am Pukot Arjin, the second reporter of this group. These are my topics. First is service system. Second is production system model. Third is operations management. Fourth is global procurement. And last is global production. What is service system? A production system in which services dominate the value of the product. Also, it is a configuration of technology and organizational networks designed to deliver services that satisfy the needs, wants, or aspirations of customers. So, in general, the differentiation between manufacturing system and service system. Manufacturers have as a standardized way of producing goods. Goods are produced in mass in a factory or warehouse type environment. For example, Honda Motor Company, whereas the service industry or service system includes those industries that do not produce goods and instead of providing services. For example, and some example of the service system is the mission of the Walt Disney Company. They deliver the service of entertaining, inform, and inspire people around and storytelling. Or most another example of service system, common situations are in such as in banks, medical clinics, and supermarkets. So they deliver services that satisfy the needs and wants or aspirations of the customers. So those are the example of the service system. It's a production system. It can be modeled as a system that begins with inputs and creates from them outputs via a production process. So it is any of the methods used in industry to create goods and services from various resources. Also, it is a set of interconnected input-output components. So, when we say inputs, it includes the materials, land, labors, machines, and equipment, energy, and information. And the output represents the desired goods and services. So, and the production process may consist of one or more transformation, which could be first a physical, as in manufacturing, and second locational, as in transportation. Third, third is the informational, the consulting. Fourth is the psychological, the entertainment. Fifth is the physiological, the healthcare. Sixth is the exchange, the retailing. And last is the storage, the warehousing. The production system of an organization is that part which produces product of an organization. So, it is that activity whereas the resources flowing within the definite system are combined and transformed, and the input and output are connected by series of operations or the process, stages, and the inspections. So when we say production, is a broader term and is basically conversion of input to output. But it is not only limited to goods, but it can also be related to service. Like for example, in service unit, like kuan siya, service provided in hospital. So, yung input is a patient suffering from some disease. Ang iyang process is the medical check-up and treatment. And then, iyang output is the healthy or cured patient. So, the materials used to produce component is called the raw materials, and goods and services that integrate a product, it is called the components, and the site where production takes place is called the production facility. So, we are now down here in the operations management. So, operations management refers to the management of the direct resources that are involved in the production system of a business organization. So, of course, businesses need to maximize their efficiency in order to increase profitability. So, in the operation management, It is that aspect of business administration that involves planning, implementing, and supervising the production of goods and services to maximize productivity and success. So, it includes the resources and inputs from people, equipment, technology, and materials which convert into effective output for both daily and strategic levels within the organization. So in other terms, it is the art or the management science of designing, controlling, and executing the most efficient process to achieve a desired output. And of course, the operation manager is the person who usually formulates, coordinates, and makes sure that all the other teams follow the specified processes in order to achieve the result of the product, which is the aims to be the highest or the best product. So most of the activities in operations management can be grouped into four business functions. First, the procurement. Second is the production. Third is the logistic. And the fourth is research and development. So procurement, it is responsible for the acquisition of goods and services, or it involves in obtaining the goods and services a company needs to support its daily operations or the daily information. So next is the production. It is responsible for the transformations required by the production process. So, it is defined as a process which transforms the inputs or resources of an organization into final goods or service. So, for example, manufacturing of cars. So, the third one is the logistic. When we say logistic, it is responsible for the movement of materials in the production system. So it is the part of the supply chain process that plans, implements, and controls an efficient, effective flow and storage of goods. And the fourth one is the research and development. It is responsible for design for new products. So it means that it is the activity that companies undertake to innovate and introduce new products and services. So nakadepende diri the way they introduce their products in a creative way. So when a production process involves several steps, these steps are called the production stages. So the next one is a global procurement. In operations management, this entails deciding for the production system which components and raw materials should be produced in-house and which components and raw materials should be acquired from suppliers. This decision called buy decision, it is determining which components and raw materials should be produced in-house and which components and raw materials should be acquired from suppliers. Also, it is called the sourcing decision. Buy decision is an act of choosing between manufacturing a product in-house or purchasing it from other external supplier. So it explains that it compares the costs and benefits associated with producing a necessary good or services and internally to the cost and benefits involved in the hiring an outside supplier for the resource in question. So the company must be consider all the aspects about regarding the acquisitions and storage, which may require the purchase of new equipment as well as the storage cost. So in short, nakadepende din ha kung unsa imong decision or asay mas maka-benefit ka with kanang ang imong investment is kanang not ingon nga dako ra kay siya, but kung moadto ka sa buy decision, so it means mag-invest jud ka og dako. So kung mayon ka og kung mag-make lang gani ka, so it means nga dili ra kay dako ang invest nga money, which means nga mas lesser ra ang imuhang ma-input nga money. So in this related strategic decision that business firms face is whether or not the making or buying processes. When a firm produces goods and services globally, it is called the global production. When a firm buys components and raw materials globally, it is called the global procurement. This enables the company to negotiate lower prices for purchasing goods. And that's all for my part.